Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode on the survival world. Now I'm sure you're wondering where I am right now, and the answer is really far off from my base. I am very high up, and the reason for that is, well, I kind of want to put an enchantment table up here. There's a reason for it, don't worry, but I'll explain that a little bit later. Anyway, if we get up to the top here, we are nearly at the top. If we head up to the top here, you may notice I have 34 levels. I haven't died in a while. It's been quite a while since I've died, and now that we are up here, I'm actually going to go ahead and craft a little bit of an enchantment table here, and I'm going to put that right here. Now I have 16 bookshelves, which is a perfect amount of bookshelves in order to get a full enchantment table. So there we go, now we have that, and now let's see, what are we guaranteed? Efficiency 4? Efficiency 4, Unbreaking 3. That's not bad, but I do want to enchant one more diamond pickaxe in hope of getting fortune. I'm going to hop down to the bottom and see if I can get one more diamond pickaxe. Alright guys, we are nearly at the top once again, and I now have a diamond pickaxe. Let's chuck that into the enchantment table. Fortune 2! I don't really want Fortune 2. I want Fortune 3. I don't really want to settle on Fortune 2. That's a little bit of an issue. Well, what I do want to do is, you know what, let's enchant it. Let's see, only Fortune 2. That's a bit of a rip-off. We now don't have enough levels to enchant anything else, so I think we kind of want to get levels, right? So I think what we should do this episode is build a bit of a mob XP farm. I said it in the previous episode that we're going to do it, so we will be doing it this episode. So, I think what I'm going to do first is head all the way back down. This 128 block long ladder is taking a while, but basically, the reason why I made this ladder 128 blocks off the top floor, right there, is basically on the ground, no mobs will spawn, because mobs have a minimum spawning range of something like 30, and a maximum spawning range of 128. So if it's over 128 blocks away, mobs won't spawn there. So that means this is 128 blocks off the top of the roof, meaning things on the roof won't spawn and anything below that. So none of the caves will spawn any mobs, which is great. And now I believe it's 24, I'll have to double check, but I think it's about 24 blocks that skeletons, zombies, and creepers can fall before they're on half a heart, and then you can just one punch them. Except for zombies, they take 2 punches because they have a little bit of armor. But anyway, so that means we'll be able to pretty simply set up a little mob farm right up the top there, which I think we might know which design I'm going for. You know what, I think I'm going to go for a different design this time. I have an idea for a design in my head, and that'll make it a little bit simpler, I think. Anyway, I'm going to head down to the bottom, and I'm going to grab some of the materials I will need for this mob farm, and I'll be back with you once I have a lot of the materials, and I'll build the base floor on camera for you guys. Alright guys, so I decided to go to a swamp to get some vines, because basically what I was going to do is use the vines to slow down the mobs when they get to a certain point, so that they're all on one heart. However, I decided to go into a separate world in spectator mode, because I found a witch hut over here, and I also decided to explore a little bit more and found another witch hut right over here. So I think that means we might have a double witch hut right here, which is awesome. Hopefully they're not too far apart. I don't think they are. I've been searching around for a little while to see if it's a triple or even a quadruple witch hut, but it's not. It's only 2 witch huts, unfortunately. But that's pretty crazy. That's pretty awesome. We have a double witch hut, and this is really close to our area. I think it's just over here somewhere where we've set up. This is a separate world, so I'm not entirely sure where we would have set up. I think we set up somewhere over here. Yep. Yeah, we set up right over here. So this is the area before we did anything to it. And the double witch hut is right over here. So it's actually not super far away, which is really, really cool. So we have 2 witch huts in this world, which is really, really cool. That didn't actually show up in Mine Atlas. I was looking for some double witch huts because I want to make a witch farm, but I haven't actually. I think I've made 1 witch farm before, but it was only a single one, and it was very, very bad. Oh, there's also a village over here, and there's a desert right over here as well. I saw that in the corner of my eye. But yeah, so basically I was coming over to the swamp to gather some vines. Let me just go into the main world here. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to save the world. Here we go. It's this one, new LP world. You can see I'm here, and I found, I believe one of the witch huts should be around here somewhere. Not sure where. Anyway, I did a little bit of exploring around this swamp before I gathered some vines. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to gather some vines to basically slow the mob's fall. You'll see how it works a little bit later. I only need 4, but I may as well grab some more in case I want to farm them in the future. So I'll be back with you once I'm back at the mob farm with all the other materials gathered. Alright guys, so I have all of the materials for this mob farm in my inventory right here, as well as a whole bunch of cobblestone. This is all the cobblestone I've gathered from doing all the mining down in the mine down there. It's a nice aerial view from up here. You can see I came up here to find the swamp. I set my render distance to a little bit over 30 chunks, and it's, you can't really see it from here, but it's over, I think it's somewhere in that direction. Anyway, so I've got all the materials in my inventory here, plus a little bit of extra wood and ladders. Basically what the vines are for are to slow down the mobs. There is a maximum height for it to actually slow down with just one thick vines, but I'm not going to worry about that too much, because I don't think we're going to reach that maximum height before we reach the world limit. So we also have some redstone torches, trapdoors. We're going to have 3 layers, and basically how the farm is going to work is, well, you'll see how it works. I'll show you how it works when I build it. Anyway, so now that's pretty much everything. Now I guess I just need to start placing in some slabs down the bottom, because basically how I'm going to do this is, this isn't going to be very symmetrical because I want to have a 2 wide funnel here. So if I just place slabs going around here, and actually I might do it something more along the lines of that. Wow, it is so nice to mine with an efficiency 4 pickaxe. I haven't done that for a little while here. Anyway, so yeah, I just need to build a little platform going around like so, with half slabs, just like that. And then pretty much what is going to happen is I will place some more blocks in here, and some blocks up here so we can see their feet and attack them just like that. And as well as that, I'm going to be putting some slabs going around just like that. So that's pretty much how this mob farm is going to work on the bottom end. I basically, you know, do my enchanting, come down here, kill a whole bunch of mobs that are in here, do more enchanting, etc, etc, etc. So that's how that's going to work. And then pretty much I just build up blocks like this, and build up a funnel going all the way up. And I need to make sure I actually count this. So that's 3 blocks. 4 blocks, you know how it goes. I'm going to cut back to you when I've got the main footprint for the mob farm in place. Alright guys, so we now have the main bottom platform, or the bottom spawning platform rather, and you can see heaps of mobs are already spawning down there, because everywhere else is unloaded. So even though there's not many spawning spaces, they're all spawning down there, meaning there'll be a lot of mobs spawning up here. Anyway, so now if we open these trapdoors, the water should flow perfectly to the center. So if we open that... That's actually kind of funny. You can see the water through the 3D model. Anyway, if we open all these trapdoors, you can see it all flows perfectly to the center, meaning all the mobs will fall straight down there. And though it looks like that guy fell down there, he just spawned down there. So now if we just close up these trapdoors, pretty much we are going to want to open these trapdoors using redstone. So it's not going to be... It's going to be using redstone, not just having to go and manually open them, because these floors are pretty much just going to be boxed up just like so, and you won't actually be able to open them manually, so we're going to have to do it using redstone. Anyway, I will put the redstone system in place afterwards, because for now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and build all of these spawning platforms, and I think I'm actually going to go ahead just so the mobs can fall down easier. I think it'll mean they can fall down easier. I'm going to put some slabs just along the top like this. And wow, that was a perfect amount of cobblestone. Anyway, I'm going to build up the rest of these floors. And if you're wondering why we have the vines, pretty much so if the mobs fall off this spawning platform, they have the same momentum as if they just fall off this one. So we make sure they all land on half a heart. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of this system in place, and I'll be back with you once I've got all the spawning platforms in place. There we go, so you can hear some mobs have spawned in the mob farm already. Not sure where they are, but I have heard them spawn. Anyway, so I've gone ahead and built up all 3 layers of this guy, and it just looks like a giant box really. That's really what it looks like. But anyway, I want to put in all of the redstone for this thing right now. So I think how I'm going to do that is I'm probably just going to run redstone lines all the way across here. So if I just put my redstone in here, I also want to torch up these areas to make sure no mobs can spawn where we don't want them to. Anyway, so now I'm probably going to just run redstone just going along like this, and have a redstone torch tower going up the middle. That's why I have all these redstone torches. And yeah, that's probably how I'm going to do it. And then I might either have it automatically do it, or just I manually press a button. Not entirely sure. Anyway, so I've just realized I'm actually going to have to build up the other side as well. And I want to put torches here and here, just to make sure no mobs can spawn. And I've made the whole roof slabs, so no mobs can spawn up here either. So now, I guess it's time to try and put in the redstone torch tower. I'm thinking something along the lines of that. And then there'll be another torch, I can't access it from there, but down there. And then so that will go across there, and I guess that will be like that. So then that'll give me access to both the torches, and so that'll be on. Okay, I don't want any of the signals to be inverted either. So I kind of got to worry about that. I almost just tried to... Oh, no. Oh, man. Alright, guys. So, after dying one more time, I now have all of the redstone in place. It's not the same on each side. In fact, one side is inverted. Actually, no, it's not, because I have to invert it from the bottom. You can see I've inverted it from the bottom there, but not there. But anyway, I have all of the basics for the redstone in place. Now I just need to connect them up and connect them up to some form of button. Now I need to try and find, where did I start the torch tower? Right there, meaning I need to put a redstone torch right there. Okay, so is that higher? Yes, that is higher up than what I did previously. Maybe if I... No, I can't really do that, can I? Not entirely sure. I guess I'm going to invert it again. And then I can just kind of invert this one again, just like that. Yeah. Okay, I'll do that. Okay, so if I just invert it like that, then you'll see that one's off. And this one up here is on. I inverted the wrong thing. Great, okay. So... There we go. So that one's on, and that one's also on. Okay. I see what I've done here. Alright, so I guess I don't need to invert it again then. I just need to run that redstone line into there. Okay. So I'm trying to this is me trying to come up with some form of redstone system here. I'm going to connect them in the middle, and then maybe just have a redstone torch tower leading up to a button for now. I'll do a button for now because I think it'll probably be better to just manually hit it instead of trying to... Actually, no, I'll run it into a lever. Yeah, I'll run it into a lever. So if I just run this down like this, and I may as well just keep going down and try and get as far down as I can without having to use a redstone torch tower. Hopefully the signal will last long enough. I think it will. Anyway, now I just got to try and do that. And I'm going to try and run the redstone down through a redstone torch tower down to the bottom. And I'll be back with you once I've done that. A lot of cuts in this video. Okay, you can see that zombie just died like that. And I think if we just place this lever in here, is the water activated? Oh, we can see the drops. I thought I could see a drop. Hold on, let me... Yeah. Okay, so you can see drops there. It looks like it might only be on that side, though. Is there... Oh, okay, I can see drops on this side. Let me just double check. I'm going to make a little hole. Hopefully this doesn't do anything. Okay, so we have it offset. That is what I was really hoping wasn't going to happen. So how has that happened? It looks like this... Well, this one's on, and this one would be off, right? Yep. So we have to invert one of the sides. Is that only on one floor, or is that on all the floors? Let's see here. So if we go up to the next floor, which should be about here. Yep, that's the wrong way around. And on the last floor, it's... Yep, okay. So we need to invert one side, which luckily I've got one redstone torch left. I actually had the perfect amount of redstone for this as well, which is pretty crazy? No, just pretty crazy. So how am I going to invert this, I wonder? I guess what I could probably do is just have it run up like so, and just have a redstone torch like that. So now that should be everything synchronized. Okay, that's all good. So now I'm just going to go ahead and remove these bits of cobblestone here. And so that is all of the water on. And I hear a spider. Spiders are a bit of an issue, aren't they? I kind of didn't really think about spiders too much. But they are going to clog up the system a little bit, won't they? Might be a little bit of an issue. I might have to try and make this spider proof in the future. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about that too much just now. But if we head down to the bottom here, if we flick this lever off, that should disable the water. And this guy is a one-hit kill. Hell yeah. So now I'm just going to place torches around here just to light up the area. Make sure no mobs can spawn down here, because that would not be good. So now I just need to wait for the mobs to spawn up there. And now if I flick it again, hopefully a whole bunch of mobs will fall down here. Hopefully. 2 mobs. 2 mobs. Okay, I'm not sure. Yep, it looks like the water is turned on. So, luckily the mobs aren't dying, so that's a good thing. But it doesn't look like they're really coming down very easily, are they? Not entirely sure how I'm going to try and fix that. I don't know. Anyway, I think that is, yeah, that's pretty much the whole mob farm done. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit here for a while, see if I can find any way to improve it. I might get a spectator account on here. I don't know if that's considered cheating. I don't know. I don't think. I mean, you can do it in multiplayer, so I'm sure it's alright if I do it here. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead, get a spectator account on, and see if I can find any way to improve it. And I'll be back with you once I have done that. Alright, so I was using the mob farm for a while, and I couldn't work out why there weren't as many mobs spawning. There were a whole bunch of mobs spawning, but all of a sudden, they just stopped spawning for some reason. And I was getting about 1 zombie every time I flushed the system, whereas before I was getting about 10 mobs in total every time I'd flush, every minute or so. So I couldn't work out what was going on, and then I realized spiders. Spiders can back up in the system. They can climb the walls, so that's why I'm doing this world here, to see if mobs can spawn on pressure plates. So if I do /time set night right here, you'll see that it is on difficulty hard now, and you will probably see mobs spawning over here. Okay, you can see slime spawned over there, but no mobs are spawning here. And if I even set it to midnight here, just like that, you'll see there's mobs spawning over on those blocks over there, but not actually over here, which is really, really good. Now, that will stop spiders spawning. You can see there was a spider spawning here, and basically how I'm going to try and do it is that if I place blocks all across here, we should see that if we leave the area a little bit, walk away, we should see some mobs spawn on that. Yep, you can see there's a zombie that spawned. And basically, spiders are able to spawn on there as well. So in order to stop spiders from spawning, we can do a little pattern, kind of like this, where we can't have any block. I don't think they can spawn in a 2x2 area. Like, I don't think they can spawn there. I don't know. I'm going to create a new world. Let's just see here. If I just create a new super flat world that has oak pressure plate as the top layer right here. Pressure underscore plate, just like that. You will see that it's... Oh no, I did it wrong. Okay, I'm going to create the world and I'll be back with you once I've done that. So in order to spider-proof this thing, I've decided to go ahead and recreate what we had on the survival world here in terms of the layout. So this is the layout of the mob farm, and I've added some slabs here. Don't ask why it's out of dirt as well, by the way. But I've added some slabs here just to basically try and spider-proof it, and I've tried to make it the best way for water flow. So if I hit this switch here, you will see... Oh, that's not good. I didn't realize that. This is difficult. This is really difficult. Maybe if I put slabs going in like that, then a spider shouldn't be able to spawn anywhere. If it checks there, then it... Yeah, this is really hard, because if a skeleton, for example, is in here, then they can just sit on this slab and nothing will happen. Or will they? thinking about it now, I'm going to have a roof. Oh, but I made that roof out of slabs, didn't I? Oh, I made it out of slabs. Why did I make it out of slabs? So now, yeah, the mobs can just sit on here. Okay, I'm going to have to go in and remove the floor of slabs for a floor of full blocks, because otherwise the mobs can just sit on that slab. But if the roof is up here, just like so, then they can't. So they'll, you know, spawn here and they'll get pushed all the way down, theoretically anyway. Oh, it's getting so slow. Maybe this sort of pushing system isn't really going to work very well. That whole flushing system. Maybe that's not going to work very well. Right, so I'm going to brighten this up in the video a little bit, but I am here inside of the mob farm. You may have noticed I've teared out all of the middle floors because they were all made out of slabs, meaning that the mobs could have gotten on top of the slabs. So basically what I'm going to do here is try and remember where those slabs were and just kind of open these to make sure that the water is flowing in the correct direction. So I think I probably had, and that is not how I did it in here at all. So I'm going to actually close these trapdoors because it's getting very infuriating right here. So I'm going to shut these off, and now let's destroy all of these, and it's going around the edges like this, going up into the corners like that, and then there were, is that all I needed? No, and then there were twos like that, and that should be everything good. Okay, so now if I open all of these, just as a little bit of a tester here, all the water should be flowing down correctly. No matter where I am, I should flow to the center. Yeah, okay, that's perfect, that's perfect. So, now, that's all of the slabs in place for it. Now, I just need to go in and do that for the rest of the floors. Hopefully I can remember how to do it. Yeah, I think I'll be alright. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead, put them in for the rest of the floors, and I'll come back to you while I am seeing if it works out any better. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so I have just flushed the mobs, and you can see there are so many here. So I'm going for the beginning of level 25 to nearly 26. Okay, you can see I've got a few mob drops here. Just make sure that's actually spawning. Yep, I've got a fair amount of mob drops here. I am just kind of collecting them. I've almost got a stack of gunpowder, which is great, because I'm going to need gunpowder if I want to get fireworks and whatnot. But I don't know why I crafted more slabs. I had only a couple slabs, so I crafted some more to put them in there, but then I realized I'm going to get more slabs from destroying the platforms anyway. Anyway, so now if I just flush this, I'll just show you a little bit of the system. So that should have spawned a few mobs by now. You can see they're coming down. There we go, just a few. I didn't wait as long as I normally would, so now I just kind of kill them off. And now I'm halfway through level 26. So hopefully in no time I'll be able to do a fair amount of enchanting and get some gear going. So I'm going to do that off camera between episodes though. So I really hope you enjoyed this episode. We did a little bit of Minecraft science, I guess you could call it. And, you know, we experimented with some things, stopping spiders from spawning and whatnot. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please consider liking, subscribing, whatever. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.